Okay, today we're talking with Jerry Fuller again. Hi, Jerry. How you doing?
Good.
So I got to have you clear up a couple of things with me that we've been talking about. There's a different story on how you're injured your fingers. So can you tell us the true story on what happened to your hand?
Yes, I can. It was in the middle of the winter, and a neighbor needed help, so I went down to help him, and we got the pickup stuck and took the tractor out and took it up on top, and then run the winch down and pulled the Jeep up over the hill, and I was rolling up the cable, and a kid about 10 years old kicked it into gear, and I was a split second too late, and that's how this happened.
Wow. So the cable in the spool?
No, the gears.
The
two
gears.
They had a big gear on it and a small one, and it went between the two gears and got the bone on every finger.
Now, today they probably have to have that gearbox covered, right? Because
OSHA would have made sure of that.
Right,
this day and age. Yeah.
So what year was that?
That in 1949.
1949. Yeah. Wow. So you were still a teenager.
17.
17 years old.
Well, 33 to 49 would have been 16, I guess.
Did you ever have any pain with it over the years?
For getting cold, that's where it was the worst. But when it first happened, I just pulled my glove off and said I got my fingers cut off, and put the glove back on to get to hold the blood, and to get it cauterized. And
now the other side of that story is, and I've told this kind of as a joke, when people talk about, I had to walk 7 miles to school in the blizzard and the snow to get somewhere. Well, you said, well, that's nothing. I had to ride a horse 7 miles with my fingers cut off.
That would be the true story.
That's a true story. Yeah. So you were out in the South Dakota plains somewhere.
West of Bell, they're about 7 miles.
And
the only travel was, because the snow was so deep, was a horseback.
Okay.
Rode into the hospital, and they finished cutting them off and sewed them up, and
Did you have any other? It is your right hand. Is that your dominant hand?
No, I'm left-handed.
You're left-handed. Okay.
So,
did it ever cause you any other issues?
Other than in the wintertime, it really would get cold because there was no circulation. They said it'd take 5 years to get the circulation back in there, but I think it took a lot longer than that, it seemed like.
Right. So. And the other thing that I was going to... We're already clear now that we fact-checked you on the rattlesnake bite in the boot story, right?
Yes, you did.
So we know that's not true.
Right.
So just to give a briefing on that, there was a story that went around in the late 1800s about a rancher who got struck in the boot with a rattlesnake through the boot, and he took his boot off, but he died, and then another cowboy put the boot on, and then he died from his brother.
So the story went, they'd done it 3 times.
And that snake bite through that boot, the guy died 3 different times. But it turned out the real story of that was it was an action thing in a novel that someone had written about. Okay. All right, well, that's the first one we'll do here, Jerry, and thank you very much.
You bet.